Men are so superficial.
Would you date a guy that's shorter than you?
Absolutely not. I'd at least 6'2".
At least 6'2".
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5".
Yeah.
So 6'2".
Well, it's 5'6", 5'5".
6'2" bare minimum.
Yeah, I just like tall dudes.
That was me speaking.
I thought that was the.
I'm 5'5", 5'6", and my threshold's usually like 6 feet.
I thought that was the perfect clip to start because I watched that and I was like, and that's my wife.
It's me.
Yeah. But you're not on podcasts going, men are so superficial.
That's correct.
I don't know. That's just another clip where it's like, ooh, let's try and own the woman, and then it'll go viral because there's a bunch of incels on the internet. That's why I find this podcast so interesting and why we're back doing this particular stuff. We did this.
Yes. What's it called again?
This is the Whatever podcast.
Yeah.
We watched some clips from this and the Fresh and Fit one a few weeks ago, and people seem to enjoy it. So we're going to do strictly Whatever podcast today. Let's get right into it, but it's just a clusterfuck. I mean, these podcasts, it's like, let's bring the pseudo-intellectual host who's like obviously red-pilled, and then they bring on all these different...
What does red pill mean?
Well, you talked about this last time, huh?
No, red pill?
Yeah. Did we not even...
I don't think we did.
It was in the title of the video. It's like anti-new age woman, conservative, very draconian.
Okay, I didn't know that was the term for that.
Yeah, like woman stays in the house, takes care of the
yeah.
kids. Women are not allowed to ever have sexual partners until they're married to a man, but as a man, you can do whatever you want. That whole type of thing, right?
That makes sense.
I know.
Who are they having sex with then?
Who?
If the women can't have sex till they're married, then who are they having sex with? Hoes?
It's a good question. I don't know. I guess there is two classifiers of people. There's women.
Or just other dudes.
That's the thing, and before we even get into this, that's the thing that always blows my mind is these dudes, they expect their wife to be like literally live inside of a concrete cell for her entire life until, they're ready to get married and then she's their woman. But at the same time, they want to be running around. So I guess for them, there's two types of women that are off the market and don't look at another man until they're ready. And then all the women that please their sexual desires in the meantime, I would imagine. And there can be no in between.
All right.
Anyways, let's keep it going.
If I find a girl that I want to make my wife and I find her super attractive.
Make your wife. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I would do. I would make her my wife. I would ask her to marry me and then make her my wife. You say you are a feminist. You're 100% a feminist.
That is feminist.
You heard me say that.
I want to make her my wife.
Yeah, because that's what I would do.
It's I'm an equal human, a woman. It's not about you
say
wanting
that
to make her your wife.
She sounds ridiculous, right?
I haven't heard enough yet.
He was just speaking like, I would find a girl that I want to make my wife, and to her
right, she's just ready to jump down his throat. Basically,
she
used the word.
The phrase "make my wife," he didn't mean that in a way where he's forcing her to do something she doesn't want to do. It's like, no, if you're in a relationship and you love this girl, you make your wife by proposing to her. It's not an
uncommon term or
it's not an uncommon
wording.
term. Although there are a lot of common terms that are apparently not kosher in today's standards society.
Obviously, she would want to be my wife.
She has her own life. She wants to be your wife too.
Yeah, of course, but she's not
going to go to the club. She wants to do her makeup.
No, she's not going to want to go to clubs. She's not going to want to go to clubs. No,
she does.
Because here's the thing: that's a non-negotiable for me in marriage.
Okay, well
if I find a woman, if there's plenty of women out there that don't want to go to clubs all the time.
Okay, well.
There's plenty of women out there that don't want to go to clubs
girl.
in tiny little dresses and get hit on by guys all the time.
Classic, a little bit out of context. They may have already had some spats leading up to that, so she was already probably on the defensive.
She was fired up.
Yeah. Now that guy right there, he went super viral recently because he's Christian conservative, God first, the whole nine, as you can imagine. That's what they do. They bring on these conservative dudes and they debate these models and OnlyFans girls, and because it creates good content. He went super viral because there was a clip of a girl. I don't really want to show it because I don't care, but it was basically a girl asked that dude essentially would you rather sleep with a grandmother, the oldest woman, or a 10 but she's trans? And he was the old woman. He's I'm not gay, basically. Right?
Got it.
Whole internet went bananas.
Yeah,
And the girl that asked him that got so bullshit she walked off.
Get
and was
out.
You're I can't believe you'd say that. I'm he's allowed to say that.
You asked him a question.
Yeah, you asked him a question and he answered truthfully. What do you want? What do you want from this man? So that dude in particular, it must have been from the same episode. He's now cultivating this following online for being another one of these kind of truth bringing, Christian conservatives. Yeah, exactly. There you go. I just think the whole thing is crazy. Men aren't people aren't allowed to have opposing viewpoints or opinions anymore. It's
duh.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Everyone has to apparently think the same thing. Back to that woman though. She just seemed young and dumb to me. Like
Yeah, like this is the only thing anyone could
Yeah.
ever want is to go
go to
get
a
hoed
club.
up and go
She's
to the
like,
club.
good luck finding a girl that doesn't want to go to the club all the time. I'm like, dude, those girls definitely exist.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's okay if you want to go to the club, but you're not gonna. That guy's not gonna make you his wife. Okay, I'm so sorry.
But there's something to be said about age and experience, life experience. A lot happens in your 20s, and things level out.
Getting
when you
ran
get
through
older.
in baggage and trauma.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
There's
I
people
mean,
with
men don't
constantly
want that.
intelligent.
Don't like
Men
experience.
don't want that in a partner.
Then why aren't they
Experience,
wifing
no.
us early? Why are they like they're waiting till like how are we so at 20 I should be looking for 40-year-olds that are ready to settle?
Not
Like I don't know how to
not
you
necessarily.
I don't know how you it sounds like just a losing battle all around if you look at it as like all the responsibilities
But
like, on the
it depends
woman.
on if you're a wife. All wives are found, always. If you're 20 years old and you're a wife, you're going to be found. Period.
Huh?
End of story.
I don't really understand.
What the hell is he trying to say?
I think what he means by that is if you are wife material, you live your life by a standard that will make you attractive to men.
Okay. And
guess.
like you will find your match.
Or he's saying all wives are found, I guess. So like meaning that it's high value women are hard to find now. So if you're a high value man, you will find. So I'm just paraphrasing here because this again is out of context. But this kind of goes back to my thing. This podcast host in particular, I've seen him say this phrase like 10 times where he says, "Oh, you get." Anytime girls talk about being young and like trying to find themselves, he's always like, "Oh, you mean like get ran through by a bunch of guys?" I'm like, it doesn't always have to mean that. You know what I mean?
Doesn't.
But there is a bit of cliche, and I get like, when they say, "Oh, it's like I'm not ready for that. I need to find myself. I need to." It's just kind of cliche and annoying, but I guess it is maybe partly true. Like even people that are old don't necessarily know their true meaning or calling of life
Yeah.
or whatnot. But
Look at us.
that's what I'm saying.
We're in freaking limbo right here.
What
are we doing?
We're
What
closer
are
to
we
40.
even doing?
We're closer to 40 than 30, and we're working on finding ourselves
man.
every single day.
No,
But
I
it
think
doesn't
that
mean we're
there's-
getting run through.
I don't know about finding yourself, but like I think that having a little more life experience is reasonable, like she mentioned.
Yes, I do think on the flip side of that, though, there are girls that use that as an excuse to just
Yeah.
be complete tramps, essentially. Like, oh, I'm just young and finding myself, and so there are situations where what he's saying might be true. That means okay, you're just going to be carefree and let a bunch of guys run through you. Which, listen, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. The thing with these podcasts is it's always so black and white to them. Like there's no gray area. There are people that exist that are young and inexperienced and want to have some fun, do a couple things. You try the waters, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you were raised a little conservative. You want to dip your toe into the water of like going out, meeting some people.
Yeah, college parties.
College parties in your 20s. And then as you get older, you realize your priorities change and you settle down a little bit and you find someone you can share your life with. That's not uncommon, right? But that's a lot different than being like 19 and having a 240 person body count, right?
Yeah.
Which also exists.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of nuance to these things that they don't really discuss in the podcast because those don't make for as good clips.
We have to be extreme here.
And why aren't men wifing us? Intrinsically, I think in men there is something for some men, right? That if the more a woman has ran around with other men, that devalues them in that men's eyes. I think that's probably true for most men. Yeah. And that's just the nature of humanity, I think, at this point. I'm not saying that it's fair or right, or there's obvious. The other argument they always have is like equal. It's, oh, why are men allowed to do it and why are women not allowed to? I'm like, I don't know, man. We're talking about millions of years of evolution and all these things is factoring into this. What men find attractive, women find attractive. It's more complicated than you can discuss in a little podcast. But I just wanted to give that TED talk right there. So thanks for coming out.
I don't like this term big dick energy or small dick energy because everyone's about body positivity, right?
This is when this guy gets a little annoying to me.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's just a phrase, dude. Like,
No, but he's just doing it to find something to talk about.
You're
We
right.
all know.
You're right. He's doing it on purpose. It's like, oh, good. They said BDE. Now, like, you have to.
Don't act like it's not a thing.
Yeah, because
BDE is a thing.
You're all about positive. It's just another word for confidence, right?
Exactly. Be like,
Whether
yeah.
or not it has to do with a BD, who knows? You can still be confident without one. Like, it's
Talk about
Precisely.
men
Girls
who
have
have
BDs
desirable
sometimes
Exactly.
without having a
characteristics
D.
have big dicks, and men who have undesirable characteristics have small penises. There are some wonderful men with small penises and some terrible men with big dicks. Women can
Guys, like-
willy-nilly throw out big dick energy, small dick energy. If I started throwing out loose pussy energy, as a term
Well then.
to describe someone that was undesirable in some way.
Newsflash, there's already words for that. Hoe, slut, and they're used all the time.
Right.
So don't pretend like that doesn't exist.
Right.
Like it's only women shaming men for but we're just so nice and sincere and
It's just
talk
a newer term.
Yeah, dude. Like, give me a break.
I would get canceled. But loose pussy energy, bro, you get in trouble. You say that shit.
No, you wouldn't.
You just said it.
Yeah.
Cavernous vag energy.
Yeah, I like that one. Cavernous vag energy. It's kind of funny, actually.
Might use that.
She's got CVE. It's not a brain disease. It's that cavernous vag.
Hot dog down the hallway.
She got that hot dog hallway energy, boy.
I can't.
She got that I could spin on a bedpost energy. Oh no. All right,
Wow.
comma, let's bring it back. Let's reel it in. I got a little too excited by that. And that was just a case of him trying to like create controversy where like it shouldn't even exist. And they're always bringing up the double standard. Like, I don't know, yeah, dude, everything. There's double standards and everything. It's just how it is. Get over it. Who cares? Makes for good content, though. What can I say?
Do you want me to explain why men care about body count?
I got it.
I haven't told you the reasons why
You
men
don't have
care
to
about
mansplain
it.
it to me. I'm okay.
What mansplain? That's kind of a sexist thing to say. You don't. That's sexist to say mansplain.
You're literally a white man looking at me, telling me like,
What?
if you can't see how you being a white man has anything to do with like the power you have in conversation.
Oh my God, shut
then
up.
What?
I don't even want to like talk about that.
What does my skin
Anyway,
color?
I don't wanna make it.
What does my skin color have to do with this conversation? We're talking about body
Nothing.
count.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing.
But
okay,
don't
you
don't
get
you
a girl
think
with
it
a low body
don't you think
count.
it's a bit racist to bring up skin color in a conversation, a dating related conversation?
I'm just gonna ignore your comment.
You said it, so I'm trying to understand.
No, it's okay.
You said the words.
I don't want to dig deeper into this.
You don't want to dig deeper.
I really don't.
Do you want to walk back what you said?
No, that's
Okay, you stand
we
by
can
it?
move on.
jeez.
That derailed so fast.
So fast.
It was about
She
body
wasn't even willing
count.
to like.
Then it was about mansplaining. Then it was about him being white. Like, that's just brainworms to me. Like, that seems like a girl. And again, I'm not trying to give this dude credit for like being, intelligent or whatever. But she just sounds like I'm just gonna pull the most low hanging fruit, like buzzword phrases to use against you because mansplain and white male, like all these things. That's like so. I don't know. That stuff to me is just so stupid. I don't know what even is mansplaining.
I was just gonna ask you, how would you define mansplaining? Because I mean, I can say what I think.
I do it to you all the time. I start talking over you when you're in the middle of trying to describe something.
That's different. I think talking over is a different thing.
I know. I think I've
How
gotten
would
better
you
at
define
it too.
mansplaining if you had to describe it?
Anytime a man tries to explain something, I guess probably the real
man talking
definition.
to a woman.
No, well, if you tried to describe it in a way that was justifying the term, you would probably say, "Oh, it's when a man assumes a woman doesn't know anything,
Right.
So he tries to tell her because he assumes she doesn't know."
Right, and dumps it down to a level
and
that's
dumbs it down
unnecessary.
because, oh, honey, you're a woman. You clearly she wouldn't know that, right?
Right.
Something like that. But as is every other stupid fucking term that they come up with online, it now means just a man trying to say anything typically. So it's like, depending on the scenario, if I just wanted to explain to you how something works because I know something about it, or I might know more about it than you do, which is fine. That's mansplaining because I'm trying to.
I think it depends how you say it.
That's what I mean. It's just about how you talk. And how would you describe it?
I basically had said it.
Yeah.
Kind of dumbing something down to a level like a woman couldn't possibly comprehend it if I explained it a different way.
But here's the
or
deal,
use
though.
more complex.
Being able to dumb something down
Description.
and explain it and teach it is a talent, and it's good. It's a good thing to have. When you are very proficient in a particular thing and you're able to explain that to someone who knows
I get
nothing
it.
about it,
Yeah.
that can be awesome. So I think it really boils down to the mannerisms and how you do it and how you talk about it. Like there are people that might explain something in a demeaning way.
Yeah.
As long as you're not demeaning, if you're doing it in a way that genuinely you want this person to learn something more about this thing that you are passionate about or care about, that's great. But I spend too much time online. I've been terminally online for the last 6 years. So all I see are just idiots like that, where it's like a normal conversation is trying to take place and she's like, oh, you're mansplaining it to me. And it's like, okay, lady, let you mansplain your mouth shut. Sorry, am I gonna get canceled for that?
Probably.
She probably has
Not by
cavernous.
me.
She probably has cavernous vag energy. Oh man.
So if he was making content, strictly content, no romantic, no emotional connection, you would have an issue with him sleeping with other women.
Well, of course. Like,
Because I'm the one making money, and he doesn't need to touch anyone else. And
Well-
I don't even want to touch anyone else.
Let's-
So
Don't try
why
me.
is it okay the other way around then?
Well, because we both decided this is what we're gonna do for money. So if he wants to have me quit, I will, and he
poor
needs to find
bastard.
another job that's not what I'm doing. So
Okay,
But it's
hold
okay
on.
to create adult content with other men, but
I'm
he
just
can't
doing it
talk
to make
a girl
money.
on TikTok.
I feel
So
like
it's
that.
strictly business for her.
Yeah, I feel like that is the blanket justification for anything that ever might have a modicum of potential shame attached to it.
Doing what you have to do for money.
Yeah, think of what you will, but that is always the justification. Like anytime you see like they have a lot of girls on here that do OF content, or they're kind of like amateur adult actresses, and it's always like they're like, yeah, whatever, or they'll talk about like, what are your kids gonna think? And they're like, they're not gonna think when they're driving in the Benz. You know what I mean? It's like,
Oh.
dude, that is such a poor justification. Like, I get it, like money's cool, but there's so much more. I don't know. That's
So, Leon Lush, what will
that's a
your
deep
kid
tangent about my. I can't wait, dude. You know what's funny? I used to get comments like that a little bit more. I feel like I've kind of aged up a little bit. I don't have sex with Nigel live on camera as much anymore, but those videos
On
still
camera.
exist, and I think they're hilarious. It's just it is what it is, yeah. But I'm not like pulling out my schmeat and slapping people around with it. You know what I mean? There's levels to this game, okay? There's levels.
No, but he would
It's
just
because
be.
it's for money.
He would
The
be
other stuff
doing
isn't
it
for money, so
he
it's
would
not
be doing
okay.
it to make money too.
But you decided it wouldn't be okay if he made an
You wouldn't like
OnlyFans,
if he had an
'cause that-
OnlyFans.
Well, no,
Nick.
Cross the
he's
boundary.
okay if he has an OnlyFans, but
No.
he can't like touch anyone.
No,
else.
he's
Does
gonna
he really?
sleep.
For the record, Leon Lush would be thrilled if I had an OnlyFans.
What? Excuse me. What are you talking about? Don't give them the wrong impression.
Yeah, okay, my wife.
I'd be driving in my Benz because my
Yeah.
wife. Dude, I've made so many videos on. So there's one
This
literally.
has come up too many times. I'm never going to
Oh
ever,
yeah, yeah.
ever,
Obviously,
ever do that.
yeah. We joke about it, but no.
Ever.
The now, the more you say it, the more I'm like, oh, you're thinking about it, aren't you?
I don't even have Snapchat or
I'm just kidding. hon.
whatever.
I did a video though on a person or a woman who is a mother with two. She's like our age, but she had older kids. She must have had kids when she was younger. They were like in their teens. They were going into high school. She was a nurse, and she was like whatever, good looking, took care of herself. She started OnlyFans and started making like 6 figures monthly. Ridiculous. So they did like Vice did a piece on her or something like that. And they had this whole segment with the kid. It was so awkward where they're like interviewing the kids and they're like, oh yeah, you know, we don't mind. And it's like, and you could just see the cope on their face. And I had to make the joke. It's like, dude, if you're in high school now, which is like one of the most
We
pivotal,
watched something with a
similar.
yeah.
Yeah.
We watched something.
Yeah, we did.
Like that.
I just can't imagine. You're going to sit down at the lunch hall and your friend's on his phone like,
Yeah, look at your mom.
bro, that's just that kid. That has to be the absolute worst. That you cannot justify, or you can maybe try and justify it, but you can't tell me that's not going to absolutely suck for your son or your kids or whatever. It's just going to suck
Yeah.
so bad for them, no matter what. I'm so sorry. And sure, they'll get over it and life goes on, but it's just there's no way around that.
So if he was making content,
Yeah,
strictly
You got
content,
that
no
money?
romantic, no emotional connection, you would have an issue with him sleeping with other women.
Oh, of course.
that dude's not making any money on OnlyFans. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be mean, but like,
What if he's got something going on under
you know what?
the belt?
He might have that
What if he's
24
got
ounce.
something going on?
He might have that 24-ounce sugar-free Red Bull can hanging
You
out
never know.
back
What
there.
if he
You
has
know what I'm
nice
saying?
feet?
Jeez, you're really exposing yourself right now, hon.
No, but I know that people are into that.
That is true, hon. Yeah, that's about as far as Mrs. Lush's knowledge of kinks goes.
Yeah.
Feet. You want to explore some other ones
No,
online
balloons.
sometime?
Remember the balloons?
Oh my God, the balloon video. Speaking of things your kid would be embarrassed about, you remember that clip from the balloon video that you filmed me doing?
Oh my gosh.
Hold up, I'm looking.
Yes.
I'm looking
yes,
it up
it's
right
bad.
now.
It's bad.
I don't even remember.
No, I'm not sure that I can handle this.
What was the name of the video?
It was so long ago.
Balloons?
We were at the old house.
There it is. It's a great thumbnail, by the way.
Remember filling the room with balloons?
Do I ever, dude? Yeah, this is gonna be good. I haven't watched this clip in years.
Balloons chose me, whether it's the delicate embrace of air-stretched latex or the high-pitched squeal of escaping air. Nothing compares
It's
to
just
the
the
feeling
best
it gives
intro of all time.
I'm unwell. I
This
think
is
he's
the-
doing this just to remind me of how
Sure,
abnormal.
it was hard for my
my
wife at first,
spouse is.
but after the 8th or 9th time she walked in on me, she she began to accept me and everything that goes along with me.
What a tangent this is.
My name is Leon Lush, and
Unemployed. Facts.
I like to balloons.
That might be my magnum opus. This video right here. I don't even know. It flew under the radar at the time. This video like tanked when it came out.
Really?
Yeah, it's got almost 1 million 4 years later, but I loved this video. That's the crazy thing about YouTube. It's oftentimes
It has
like
nothing to do with how much effort you put into
yeah,
a particular video.
it's
I
just
get it.
about stupid watch metrics and whatever. I'm sure the intro was too slow and long, but
I get it.
if you have a taste
Are
for
we keeping that in?
oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. Let's keep it going, dude. I love that. This whole thing.
Back to our regularly
Regularly
programming.
scheduled viewing of women getting run through on podcasts. Oh, here's another one. This is probably just as I was just talking about, the getting run through thing.
Yeah, like why would
Okay.
I take someone seriously when clearly they're not taking me seriously at all?
Yeah, especially because we're all like in our early 20s. Like this is the time
to like explore and find yourself too.
Exactly.
When you say explore and find yourself, does that mean just like get run through by a bunch of dudes? Just I just want to translate.
Where did you get that?
I just
like
I'm
meant,
just
like,
translating here.
literally finding who you are.
It's such an aggressive way to put that term. Like get run through by a bunch of
It
dudes.
is very aggressive.
Like, oh, you mean like try to date a couple guys
Yeah.
and see what happens? You know what I mean?
Sleep around.
Yeah. Well, that is, yeah. You can explore and find yourself and date guys and try to see what relationships are like without getting run through by a bunch of guys, right? That's such a demeaning way to put it, I feel like. But sometimes maybe that is what's happening. You never know.
Would you describe yourself as a feminist?
Yes.
Do you believe in gender equality?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so how do you reconcile believing in
We've seen
gender
this girl
equality,
before, I don't think we
but
saw
also holding men to their traditional gender roles of paying for the first date?
Well, I'm just saying that's my personal view. A woman can, being a feminist is just doing whatever you want to do and not being bashed by society for that. And obviously like standing up for like women's like rights and stuff like that. But when I don't know, I just feel like this question's really dense.
Don't make this girl start talking about serious shit. She'll say the buzzwords, but the second you want her to extrapolate,
Yes.
thanks for playing.
Feminist, women rights.
Yeah, it just mean you can do whatever you want, but obviously women's rights, and you know, like, don't be, shouldn't be.
She actually, like, I'm pretty sure cannot answer a question.
No. So I've seen clips. This girl, I am not particularly fond of. I've seen other clips.
We watched one with her.
Yeah,
before,
from this particular episode, and she's very.
If you believe in gender equality, don't you think you ought to split the bill on the first date?
Again, a
no,
stupid,
because
like-
my
That's such
main
a weird
concern
thing
with
to say.
gender equality is through.
It's
yes,
another one of these dumb
society,
questions
like,
that mean that mean
and
nothing, that
through
gets
He's
people
just
all
trying to
worked
get her
up.
going.
Yeah.
system, but
If you believe in gender,
yeah, I
okay,
don't-
like
oh my god,
here's gender equality. How about the fact that you work out 300 times more than I do a year and are in way better shape, but yet I can double your output on a 20-minute bike ride?
It ruins my life when he tells me his numbers.
Yeah. I'll go down to the Peloton hungover after not working out in 3 weeks and absolutely double your power output on the Peloton. Guess what? Because I'm a dude, you're a girl. That's how the world works.
You also literally weigh like 100 pounds more than I do.
You're damn right I do, because I'm a fucking dude.
If you can put 100 pounds more of weight on the pedal for every push, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have more power output. That's right. But guess what? If you weigh 255 and I weigh 255, I bet you I'd be quadrupling that power output. Yeah. It's because it's all lean body tissue, baby. You see these through the sweatshirt? Sorry.
gender
I'm not that
equality
big.
is through
talking
like
about?
yes, in society, like fixing that, and through like the system. But yeah, I don't. Oh my god.
She's like making herself mad.
She just the brain just halted.
She
blue screen of
aggravated
death.
herself trying to talk.
She did. She got pissed off because she couldn't understand herself or what she was trying to say. She wasn't the only one in the room, I'm sure.
The whole time I was seeing him, I was kind of just using it as a psychology experiment, and I didn't really like the guy. I more just wanted to see if I could break his heart. And it was fun.
So did you break his heart then?
Just a wee bit. I hope I did a little damage.
Wow. Okay.
What?
Why do you hope that you did a little damage?
Just, I like humbling men.
You like humbling men?
Yeah. It's like my pastime.
Your pastime is humbling men. You do work at a strip club, so do you humble men there?
No, I take their money.
That was a lot.
I'm not really sure what to say.
That
so
was.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh yeah, you nothing.
It's
Nothing.
just weird.
That's women like that are why incels exist, right there. This is perfect fodder. Every girl, every dude online that hates women, like, oh yeah, that's how all women are. You know what I mean? Newsflash, it's not. That girl clearly just has some ripping daddy issues, trust issues, all of the above. Works at the strip club, and you are right. You are taking men's money, and you know, say what you will about working in that industry, but there's a market for it. That girl just seemed like she had a chip on her shoulder a little bit.
I don't like makeup.
Oh, yeah, this
I'm against makeup. I don't think it's good for women, and I don't think they really need to be using it, honestly. I think it takes away.
That's awesome.
Makeup
the lady
is-
with a lovely complexion and not.
It's capitalizing on women's insecurities.
Yeah, coming from the girl with porcelain skin, like you said. It's like, give this girl a bout of bad acne, like some hormonal acne, and let's see if she feels the same way.
A woman's natural beauty, and also it is so bad for you. Like,
Is
you think
it?
about how skin absorbs things. When you read the ingredients on a foundation bottle, what is in it? You can't even pronounce it. It's a bunch of crap that you're putting on your face, and that is in
Very
turn
scientific.
making your skin worse. So you have to keep buying more foundation to cover up what it's creating.
Yeah, no, I don't know
Nope.
if I buy that.
No.
I mean, it's just layers to everything, all right?
No.
Like,
And of
if
course,
you want to
she
wear
did the
makeup,
thing.
wear makeup.
Yeah, she
What thing?
went from like, I don't like it because I don't think you need it,
Dude, it's really bad for you.
to it's really bad for you, it has chemicals.
And you have to use more of it because you use it.
Yeah.
You could say that about a lot of things, and I'm sure it's true sometimes. Sometimes when I put on chapstick, I'm like, I swear this is, the more I wear chapstick, the more I need it, which is maybe true. Not the same thing. But all I'm saying is, we actually had a comment on the last video because there was another makeup bit we did on this one, and I was like, "Oh yeah," or were you talking about like lying in your profile? Like, it's one thing
The
to like catfish.
filters versus makeup.
Filters
yeah.
versus makeup, and then obviously men like lying about their height. And I was like, "Oh well, makeup's not lying." And someone was like, "Makeup is absolutely lying." He's like, "You wouldn't imagine where the trolls I see online." I'm like, "All right, dude, relax." Like, there is layers to it. There is makeup to the point where it can be a bit deceiving, and then there's makeup just to enhance and look nice because it's a societal norm for women to wear makeup, and that's fine to wear it. I wonder what the history of makeup is, like when it started in more modern day society. I'm sure traditionally there's been things going on for centuries. I mean, they did this in ancient Egypt with face. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about
I
makeup.
saw that coming.
But if you,
he's gonna crush him first. He's going down.
I was just trying to be like that girl we watched for that podcast.
I don't know.
And women's rights and but just.
But it's too dense.
But the makeup, and then but we can do whatever we want because we're women. I don't know.
I think there is nothing wrong with makeup. I don't think makeup is lying necessarily, and I think just kind of like clothing and other.
It's just about how you portray yourself.
It's how you feel like you want to look.
It's about how you portray yourself on the internet. Like, yeah, a lot of people probably want to portray a different version of themselves and whatever.
Nobody wants to see me on
That's
here
your
with no
prerogative.
makeup on. I promise. It's not good.
Honey, you
No.
are.
It's not good.
You know what is good? What? Not doing an outro. Peace.
Bye.